What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time to do Toriko chapter 373. I have no choice but to post this one late. I mean, I'm recording this video the next morning after the chapter came out, because Toriko seems to come out in like the middle of the day, and it's like I'm busy in the middle of the day, or I'm doing something, or I forget that the chapter's even going to happen because I'm so used to doing stuff in the morning. I wish Toriko came out earlier, but regardless, this Toriko chapter, first I want to mention the previous chapter. When I first read the previous chapter, I didn't like it. I mean, I liked the first half with God. The first half with God, and wrapping the tongue around the world, and just Pac-Manning all those fuckers, and just eating everything like Kirby. That shit was great. He's a monster. It's disgusting. It's awesome. It's extremely overpowered. So yeah, God was awesome. But then when we get into the second half, and I don't mind Sunny, Coco, and Zebra going up against Joa. I think there's potential there, you know, summoning up some of those minions. And then Toriko and Neo, but like, the parts I didn't like, Toriko and Neo, for example. Neo's just on the ground, like, oh, you're going to inherit my hope, or whatever the fuck he was saying. Why? Like, where did this come from? Did Toriko hit him? Like, was there conversation that we didn't see between the two? Like, obviously Toriko didn't overpower him at all. He was playing Toriko, but it just seemed weird how it was depicted. It felt like something was missing there. And then Sunny and Coco, okay. I remember that there was a chapter where Gigi explained the abilities of the gourmet demons that they have. And with Sunny and Coco, I do vaguely remember something about Sunny being able to maybe make minions out of the people he's eaten, and Coco being able to make minions out of his people because of a poison dependency thing. I vaguely remember that. I forget what it's called. It's not deja vu. It's like another vu thing where when you read something, you think you remember reading it before, but you actually don't. I think that's a thing. I might be pulling that out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure I've heard of that. And that could be what's happening here, but I do feel like when Gigi explained these abilities, he said something about those things. Regardless, though, where did Grimpatch come from? Like, seriously. Was he inside the poison? Like, how did he just show up? Like, I don't get that. He's just on the spot. And then Tommy Rod, like, I don't care that he's alive, I guess, because his hair can regurgitate things it's eaten, but things it's eaten from, like, a year and a half ago? Because remember, it's been fucking that long. You know, they had a time skip, and then, you know, there's all the warp fucking kitchen things and the different time zones of the gourmet world that Sunny's been through. So it's kind of just, like, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if Tommy Rod should still be alive. Like, how was he alive inside the hair? Was the hair still keeping him alive? It reattached his arm, clearly. I don't... It needs to be elaborated on a bit. Even if that chapter with Gigi did explain the 100% dependency thing for Coco and this regurgitating thing and making Tommy Rod a minion of Sunny, even if that was properly explained in that chapter, which again, I think it was, but again, my mind could be playing tricks on me. What I was going to say, though, was it still needs to be elaborated on. Like, how did Grimpatch get there immediately? Was he inside the poison? Could Coco do that? Did Sunny know that Tommy Rod was still alive in there? Did he know he could summon Tommy Rod as a minion? There's just things that need to be elaborated on. Maybe it makes sense. I have bad Toriko memory. I don't know why. I really like the series. I just have really bad Toriko memory. I don't know if it's just stuff is forgettable, which sounds bad, but I like the series, so why would it be forgettable? I don't know, but if it was properly explained, there still needs to be elaboration done in the current situation. And the stuff with Toriko and God I thought was kind of weird, and not God, Neo was a little bit weird, but everything else in the chapter was pretty solid. So that was that chapter. This current chapter, we don't focus on that, but we do get some nice world building. We find out about the whole Pangea thing, which was a theory people have had for a while now, and it turns out that it's true. You know, all the letters of, the first letter of Acacia's full course menu, each one, if you put them all together, it's Pangea. And we hear about the Zero, Area Zero, which was Pangea, and then it broke off into the 7 or 8 continents, and then Center is at the center, I guess, and I don't know, like, it's drawing Aimaru to it, and it's, well, it's not really drawing Brunchy there, but Brunchy's taking him there, and it's just interesting. We also see, the Dragon King, what would it be, Derous or something like that? I don't know, but, he looked badass, he looked like Cthulhu. He'll be cool, I'm sure. As it proves that the 8 Kings are on their way. I mean, the 8 Kings have, like, ridiculous speed feats. Like, Bambina and the Wolf King have speed that is absolutely disgusting. I mean, it's not God level speed. Let's be real. God is ridiculous. He dodged a mold spear like it was nothing, but still, they have ridiculous speed. So I'm shocked they're not there yet, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah. And aren't they fighting? Are they fighting where God awoke? So they're on Area 2, and that's where Genis was, right? I know he blew Toriko and Stargin like a few kilometers, or more than a few kilometers away, but still, I don't know. But they'll get there eventually, I guess. I don't know, maybe some of them aren't as fast as others. But anyways, we see him finally doing something. It's not much. It's nothing to really get I mean, it's you get hyped because you see him in action and he's going to do something. But he didn't do anything that's really hype-worthy just yet. But him being there is pretty hype. And then, so the Pangea thing gets explained. That was interesting. A little bit of characterization for Aimaru, I suppose, as well. Him talking about how he's a gourmet knight, and he fasts all the time, but yet he's still being drawn to this thing. And that was cool. Then we get the fucking botched clone of Komatsu, because I'm forgetting his name. Is it, Ume? But I feel like that's someone else. I don't know. Anyways, the botched Komatsu clone, because that's what he fucking looks like. His other chef friend. He wants to go help prepare God, I guess, so it's going to be the three dudes. It's going to be Komatsu from the inside, and then I'm guessing botched Komatsu clone and Okitake from the outside. And is it Okitake? I forget what his name is, but you know, the other one who's preparing him from the outside. And there's gardening going on, and it just got really fucking loud. Holy shit. Sorry about that. I knew there was gardening going on, but holy fuck. My window's open, that's why. It's fucking hot. Okay, it quieted down. I'm going to try to finish this review. Those three are going to try to cook from the outside. And then we got the fights set up in the previous chapter. And what else happened in this chapter? I believe it was just, yeah, we see a bunch of golden cookware. A couple of things get explained that I'm forgetting right now, because again, bad Toriko memory. Also, I don't really care about what's happening with Tepe right now. I don't see the relevance, but whatever. That's one of the reasons why I forgot that stuff, is because, yeah, they had golden cookware, but I feel like this was stuff we knew, and it was just being explained to them, maybe? And I forget who the other guy... Oh, and then the dude showed up. The faggoty-looking dude, no offense, but the faggoty-looking dude that we used to run, like, IGO shit, who works for Neo, showed up. So, that's interesting. I don't know, like, I forgot he was a thing for a long-ass time, but we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, a lot of shit's happening still, and Mitsutoshi has shown that he's not good with handling all this shit. Even, like, honestly, even back in the cooking festival, like, Mitsutoshi's management on shit, like, oh, I'm not going to show Ichiru versus Midoro, but then I'll flash back to it. But then all these other dudes who work for the IGO with Ichiru were fighting these other dudes in the gourmet world. Well, I'm not going to show that fight, though, and it was weird. Like, I don't know, but anyway, and then Coco versus Grimpatch pretty much totally getting sidelined and skipped. So Mitsutoshi is not too good with handling these large-scale, multiple things going on at once. Nowhere near to the mastery of someone like Oda, you know. I don't mean to, like, suck off One Piece or nothing, but you gotta admit, Oda does manage a shit ton of stuff fairly damn well. And what he doesn't fucking focus on, the anime usually expands, so it kind of works out, even though that's not canon. But whatever, I digress. It was still a good chapter. The Pangea stuff was good, characterization on Aimaru. Because there's really not much to say about the Pangea thing. It's cool, it was a theory that people had. I mean, it used to be one continent, it's separated, they're going towards center. Is center going to be a bigger deal than God? I don't know. But if that's where they're going, confirmed they're going to center, which I also said that's probably what they're doing. Did I say that in the video? I don't know, but I was theorizing that. And then with the other dudes, actually, the Blue Nitro going there, that's going to be interesting. Center is going to get center, so can Tengu Brunchy take on a fucking Blue Nitro? I highly doubt it, but we'll see what happens. Once again, just more stuff happening. I don't know. Hopefully Mitsutoshi can manage all this shit. And the 8 Kings are coming. And we still don't know what's going on with Terry, Kiss, and Queen, or Quinn, or whatever the fuck his name is. So, or her name, whatever. So, whatever, dude. I don't even know, man. But I'm going to give the previous chapter an undecided rating because I was just kind of confused while reading it, and the Tommy Rod and Grimpatch thing. Had good setup. First half with God is like a fucking 11 out of 10 on entertainment value. It was amazing. I mean, he was just absolutely ridiculous and funny at the same time because the tongue action is just absurd. Like he can just, it's disgusting. He just decimate anything in his tongue's path, and then he can rapid fire it like a firework. It was crazy. His speed is absurd, but it was really, really cool. First half was cool. Second half was kind of confusing. This chapter I liked. It was good. Probably give it like a 7.5 to an 8. I thought it was a very good chapter. The Pangea thing, other confirmations, other characters moving around, doing stuff, plot progression, stuff like that. So, yeah, and then the art all around was good as well. So, that's my double review for this Toriko chapter. Just want to mention that I'm also going to be posting a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Diamond is Unbreakable episode review today, and a discussion video about Captain America Civil War. Not really a discussion, but just sort of like a third final video on the movie. So that'll happen, and that's it. So thank you for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of this chapter of Toriko in the comment section below, and the previous chapter. You can tell me in the comment section below. Follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also give this video a thumbs up, share it on social media. Both of those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.